All right, guys, I want to connect the two ideas for our lesson today. One is the idea of where a graph is positive, negative, or zero. And also the second part is where a graph is increasing or decreasing. Now, the very first thing I like to do is I like to connect the idea of a roller coaster that goes underwater. So what I like to do is I like to make this part water, the color of water, to connect the idea that any part of the graph that's down here is going to be in the water, therefore it's got to be negative. So anything that's in the water is negative. So now once I've got that kind of cleaned up and done, I can go on to the second idea. And the second idea is this. If you look at this, you can see that we're increasing in this interval, right? But down here in the water, we're increasing but negative, and we're increasing in negative. Up here, we're increasing in positive. Now, when we first touch the x-axis, we're going to be increasing but zero. Once we get out of the water, we're increasing in positive, and we'll stay positive and increasing until we hit the turning point. And then we're going to start going down. And up here, we're going to be decreasing but positive. When we hit the x-axis, it's decreasing in zero. When we go into the water, we're decreasing and negative, all the way down into the turning point. When we hit the turning point, we start to, the turning point, once we become increasing, and since we're in the water, we're negative. We're negative the entire time until we hit the x-axis. Right there, we're going to be zero, and then when we get out of the water, we're positive. We're still increasing. That's obvious. We're increasing over this whole interval, but down here, we're negative. Right here, we're zero. Up here, we're positive. Now, once we pass the turning point, it's the same thing. We're decreasing, but we're positive because we're out of the water. We're still decreasing until we hit the x-axis. Now we're zero. Now we are negative. So we're decreasing in negative all the way down. And then once we hit the turning point, we change directions, and now we are increasing, but we're in the water, so we must be negative. Remember, anytime you're in the water, you're negative. Okay, now we're increasing until we hit the x-axis. Then we're zero. When we're out of the water, we're positive. That's how it works. Now, that's the idea that you should use. And the final thing, you should be able to look at this and you should say, oh, that's increasing and positive. This is decreasing and negative. This is increasing and positive. This is decreasing and negative. This is increasing and negative. All you have to do is determine, are you in the water, out of the water, or are you touching the x-axis, right? That tells you whether you're negative, positive, or zero. And then if you just look at imagine yourself on the roller coaster, it's easy to determine if you're increasing or decreasing. That's the image I like to use, and I recommend that you use. And this works on any function. All right, thanks, guys.